Hi everyone, so we are back with yet another episode of the Gargi Arya show, and today I have an inspiring and an amazing guest with me. Her name is FARIDA BHARMAL, and you know what? She is a business and mindset coach, and she's on this beautiful mission to help women stand out from the crowd and make an impact in their personal and professional world. How beautiful is this? Thank you so much for taking out your time. You know, it's the first time I am meeting you on a one-to-one call. So I have been following you since a very long time. So thank you so much for, taking out your time and being here. It really means a lot.
Thank you for calling me, Gargi, and to all the viewers who'd be looking, a big hi to you as well. Uh, Gargi, I really appreciate the fact that you're doing the Gargi show and you're speaking with the experts in the industry. My darling, kudos to you. You're doing such an amazing job, and I wanted to be a part of the show to show my support to the kind of work which you're doing. And the youngest coach, that's like amazing. So kudos to you. Thank you for calling me on your show. I'm looking very forward to it.
Awesome. Same here. So, like, my first question begins like, everyone has a story, everyone has a point which leads them to do something. So, what was that triggering moment or that inspiring point which, gave this direction to you that you want to work with women and help them in their personal and professional world by becoming a coach?
Oh, fantastic question, Gargi. Very, very beautiful question. Okay, so let me start from the start. Okay. So, Gargi, what happened is that from the very beginning, in fact, since your age, I must say, okay, I have always wanted to live an extraordinary life. I want to live life queen size, okay, and I want to leave a legacy behind. So when that's the kind of mindset which I had, think you must be aware, because you're a coach and I'm sure you're doing a lot of modalities, so you must be aware of the abundance and law of attraction and how that works. Yes, so things started falling in that way. Initially I got to know about handwriting analysis. I got to know about how that works. So a big way of personal development happened in me, because I understood who I am, I understood my flaws, and I understood that, okay, I don't want to live this way. I want to live in a completely fulfilling manner, fearless, be fearless, fabulous, and financially independent. So the idea was to understand myself, work on myself, and I think I have not stopped the journey. It's been 2 decades now. I haven't stopped that journey at all. Of course, in the middle somewhere, when you are getting married and you have children, there's an entire decade which just moves around in front of you. And I never really wanted to leave my children anywhere. I wanted to be a part of, a part of their education, of their life, of their craziness, crankiness, and everything. So I said, no, I'm not going to just move out for the sake of it. So that means that entrepreneurship is something which I think it's in my blood. Okay, so I was like, "ठीक है, let's go ahead. We are an entrepreneur," and things started over there. And as and how life went on, I realized that there are so many amazing women, so talented, so skilled, but because this gap comes and they don't know what to do with it, a lot of people decide not to work, not to pursue a professional career. For me, my professional and personal life, even though there was a gap, I was doing something. I was just upgrading and upbuilding myself. So at this point, I can enjoy the person that I am right now. So once this happened, I realized, Gargi, that women have taken a gap. Now, after this gap, they don't want to go back to the original job anymore. They want to do something else. They want to do something different. And I said, okay, let's give you different let's give you fearless, fabulous, and financially independent. Let's go ahead and start your journey in that direction, because a lot of your confidence also staggers. You're like, now can I really do it? Is it a good time to do? How can I relearn the whole thing? So there are many questions. In your age, Gargi, I mean, it's a very beautiful, very wonderful age to have. In my age, I really need to look at what really I have to pick and choose. The things I have to pick and choose. For you, you have that entire world out there. Take it, do it. You don't like it, okay, you have another option. For me, the picking and choosing needs to be there, because there's a certain gap of time which I'm getting, and in that gap of time I need to finish whatever needs to be done. So that's my story for you, Gargi.
Super awesome and super inspiring. Thank you for sharing that, because I feel why I always begin with this question of asking the person stories, because then only people connect with us, right? So thank you so much for so vulnerably sharing the part of you. Now my next question to you is, a lot of people, especially women, they go through identity crisis. That means basically they are lost somewhere, they don't know, they have so many responsibilities on them, and because of these things, woman is the one who actually sacrifices a lot of things for their children, for their family, and in this race what happens is they basically have no time for their life. So how can someone try to go on this journey where they can start understanding themselves?
Again, a very beautiful question. First thing is, you need to realize that there is more to you than just, one part. I mean, see, family is one part of you. Then there is another part which is a career. There is another part maybe which is a hobby. There is another part which is spirituality. There is another part which is friends. There is another part which is self-love. Now, what we end up doing is we focus on any one particular part. We want all the other parts. It's not that I don't want my career. It's not that I don't want my health or things like that. But we become so focused and so, that one kind of a tunnel, one gaze kind of a thing in one part, that we start ignoring all other parts. When that happens, obviously there is a sense of, oh, I am doing so much for that person, but why are they not doing for me? See, you will have to give yourself. The way people are going to treat you is based on how you will treat yourself. So a lot of times when you ignore you ignore your needs, your wants, your necessities, you're teaching people how to treat you. So rather first start acknowledging the fact that you are an entity, you are an identity. What you want matters. And of course, it's not that, every portion is important. Allow yourself to understand how much time needs to be given to that portion. A lot of people make this mistake where they feel that I want to give equal time to all spheres. It's not going to happen. In my time management sessions, I say this, that you guys are trying to give equal time to things, but really, how much time do you really have in a day? Maybe 10 hours. So in 10 hours, you cannot give one hour or two hours. Then it's 5 spheres. Where is it going? And anything requires a certain amount of time. It requires 2 hours, 3 hours, that kind of a batch time it requires. So when you are giving that time, obviously other things are going to be sidetracked. And that's okay. If you're doing this particular activity for a month, give it, or take it easy on all other activities, and then move forward and think, okay, what's the next best thing? What is the next 3 best activities which I could perform in the month, the coming month, so that, whatever I have left behind, I can again get back or collect it back. So it's, it's always a play of what Of course, priorities are there. I do understand that, but it's again juggling. That entire juggling needs to go on. So that needs to happen. You need to understand yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, know that you are an entity, and you need to give you. Second, don't try to give everything equal attention and equal time span. It's not going to happen. Rather, choose 3 areas, give it the kind of attention it really requires without feeling guilty about the rest. We end up feeling or we wallow up in that guilt. Ye nahi hua, wo nahi hua, falana nahi hua. No guilt at all. Third, write down your successes. In a day, I may have written down, say, 5 things, but there is a possibility that I am doing 15. And those 15 are not in that 5. So acknowledge those 15 as well. I mean, write down each and everything which is there. I've done this. So you're acknowledging your success. So acknowledge that. Whenever you acknowledge your success, whenever you understand that, yes, this is something which is worth valuable, this is, it's adding value to my life or somebody else's life, you feel good about yourself, your confidence level will grow. So that is the third thing which you could do. And of course, fourth thing is, please don't stop learning. The problem is that we feel that learning stops at schools or colleges. See, schools and colleges, you cannot equip, or you cannot say that you're going to get everything, or everything needs to be taught in a school or a college. No, the child doesn't have that much of abilities to understand all of that, all the other ifs, buts, and things like that. And schools have a certain curriculum which they need to follow, and they do try. I go to schools, I go to colleges. I know that the kind of effort they take behind, even that one session for 3 months, to we sit and talk what we will give the children. So that effort needs to be acknowledged, which nobody does. I really feel that, we need to stop blaming schools and colleges for not doing something, and start acknowledging the fact that education doesn't stop there, and that there is more. So that continuous education process needs to go on. So these are the things from my side, Gargi, which I would say.
Awesome. Loved your point of being a lifelong learner, because that is something I have been following since last 2 years, and that has made me the person I am today, apart from the formal education. So thank you so much for those enlightening points. Another question to you is, you spoke a point of don't be guilty when you give yourself the time. But most of the people, they are people pleasers. They always try to be in everyone's good books, and that's why they, resist themselves to say yes. Because when we say no to other people, we are actually saying yes to ourselves. But actually, it happens opposite. We are courageous enough to say yes, but to ourselves, we always say no. So how can someone stop being a people pleaser?
Okay, lovely question. Now, when you are talking about a people pleaser, it's based a very big deal on the personality, Gargi, really, on a very, very big deal. And your personality is made up of many factors. Basically, it's made up of nature, nurture. That is how you're brought up, how you have seen your parents, behaving with their environment, and how they are treating you. Then it's based on what you see, in the aspects of videos, how people, and especially with the movies and things like that, there are so many things which are going on, which is actually, it's good to see, but that's not life. Okay. So what you see, what you hear, what you speak, both outside and internally, the kind of company which you keep, the kind of education that you take, all of that builds your personality. Now, if somewhere down the line, a big thing, if from the very beginning, if you have been sidetracked or you have been put down, so the next thing which you want to do is, who's putting you down? People of authority are putting you down. Who would be the people of authority? It could be the family members. So when these people are putting you down, obviously you try to please them because you love them. Right? Again, we are all victims of victims. Okay, we all need to understand that these people, the family, they are giving the best of the best that they could. But the problem is that we don't realize that maybe these people had also been here. These people were also children at one point of time, and their parents, what they gave them, now they are in a position that if when you are children, they are giving you the same thing. Okay, you can give only what you have. You can't give what you don't have. Okay, and what you have is something which has been following from patterns and generations, which has happened. So you need to very mindfully choose. Very, very mindfully understand that, okay, this is not the life I want to lead. These are not the statements I want to be associated with. These are not the patterns I'm going to allow to participate in my life. Okay, I'm not saying people. I'm not saying people. Why am I not saying people is because a lot of times we feel toxic environment, toxic people. Boss, see, if those people don't matter to you, you will definitely get out of there. You're not going to sit and wallow in self-pity. So the people who are around you are obviously people who matter. Now, if abuse is not involved, then look a little deeper into what their educational background has been and what has happened with them. And that is what they're giving you as well. So when you try to lift yourself up, it's not going to be okay with these people because they are like, hey, this, what you are doing is new to me. How in the world are you doing this? I did not do that. So it's very new to them. And when it's new to them, they will obviously try to fight it. When they are fighting it, you need to be nice, sweet, compassionate, tell them it's okay. It's okay for whoever you are. But you know what? It's time that we work together rather than doing this to each other. Okay? So rather, let's do this and start growing and blooming wherever we are planted. Okay, the guilt and all of that comes, or the people pleasing comes because there is something in me which I want you to acknowledge and I want you to see, I want you to appreciate. But because of this entire story which I told you, that appreciation, that acknowledgement is not coming. So I feel bad and I keep doing something for getting that appreciation from you. Rather, turn the table. If you are not getting somebody who's coming and doing this, then you stretch your hand out and do it. You do it for yourself. You start acknowledging you. You start growing and start giving what you didn't have. You will get more of. So I think that was a little bit of a stretched answer, but yeah.
No, it was a beautiful answer. I always start my webinars by saying that I acknowledge your time, and then I always tell them to pat themselves on the back. So I could resonate with what you were saying, because I feel if we just seek on what we want from other people, if we are just searching, then we can never find it, because outside world is just the reflection of what we say to ourselves inside. So,
oh, beautiful, darling. Absolutely, you're right on that.
Yes. Now my next question to you is why do you feel, financial independence is really important in today's world, especially for women?
Oh, beautiful. Again, you are asking very good questions, Gargi. Very nice. I'll tell you this story, all right, Gargi. This happened with me. I think it was my counseling days. See, I am a graphologist, I'm a counselor, I'm a business mindset coach. So I've done all of those things, all right. So I think it was my counseling days, and I was just going and asking to this other counselor. I was like, what made you do this? What made you do that? And she told me her story. She said, Farida, one day I went and I asked my husband for 200 rupees. Okay, not more, 200 rupees. For that, he wanted an entire list of what you will do with it, what are you going to spend it on, how much is it really required, what is the point of it, is it really necessary? Those 20 questions Why did he need to ask all those? It's not that I would not answer. It's not that I don't know how to budget. It's not that, but it was not that big an amount also for him to go with a good big list of questions as to what I am going to do with it. That day I decided, boss, I don't want your money. I'm going to have my own. And this girl is going to go places. She is going to do things. And she's not going to be dependent on anybody else. And I think that really stuck with me. Not being dependent on anyone for anything. No, the entire concept of being self-reliant and being independent doesn't mean that you demean other people. Just because you're financially independent doesn't mean that you start looking at other people in a downcast way. For me, the most important thing over here was to understand that you are capable enough of generating the kind of income which you deserve. So it shows on your deservability, it shows on your capability, it shows on the skills which you have and the capacity to monetize those skills. So when I feel financial independence and women are concerned, okay? See, money is something, Gargi, especially with the men also. It's not something that, they are not working on. Of course, they are also working on, and they have commitments. As a family, there are many commitments. So when you look at the commitments and you look at, say, that the house needs this, the children need this, the maid needs to be paid, this needs to be paid, the debt needs to be cleared, and then suddenly you come, I want to do this. So you somehow stand the last in your list, and because you're standing last in your list, you want all the other things ticked, and then this need to be taken care of. But when two people start working, they start supporting each other, and they start ticking those things off, and at the same time understanding, okay, let's fulfill our needs as well. So it's not a burden on one person. You end up becoming a support system to your ecosystem. And I think that's why you need to be financially independent.
Beautiful answer once again. Thank you for answering all of them with so much simplicity. Like, I can feel the power in your voice and the way you are speaking. So glad to have you here. My next question to you is, you have started, like you said, that you are doing this work since last 2 decades. So when you started, what were the challenges that you had to go through, and how did you overcome it?
Okay, so when I started, I just saw this, it was handwriting analysis. Okay, I started with handwriting analysis. So I was like, I'm interested. I want to do this little course. And I just went ahead, I did one course. And in that time itself, it was around 10K or something. Okay, so I was like, oh wow, that's quite an amount to spend at that point of time and all. And then there was this another course, which was the second level. I'm like, I want to do that course. Now, in the family, they say, what's there? What's the point? Why you want to do it? What are you going to do with it? Etc., etc., etc. So all those questions came up. And I just went on writing, I want to do the course. I want to do the certificate course. I want to do the certificate course. I want to be a graphologist. I want to do this. I want to do this. I kept on with that. And somehow at that point, my mother said, and I was engaged. By then I was engaged. So, the next thing was go settle down in your family. That was the main concept. I was still in my second year or third year of graduation at that point when I had got engaged. So somehow I kind of, my mother saw that I really was very interested in this, and because I was already engaged, I was supposed to be getting married in a little while and all. So she's like, okay, go do it. You're like, ja beta, ji le apni zindagi kind of a thing. So it's fantastic. I went and took it. Okay, I went, I did the course. Now in that time, I got married also. Okay, I went to my in-laws' place and I finished my certification there. The entire journey happened over there. then I started doing things slowly and steady. And challenges were basically more about me, Gargi, really. I was not really so confident enough to spread my wings and just start flying. And I think that was also okay. That was also equally acceptable, because at that point of time, the kind of confidence I have right now, I didn't have it back then. Okay. So I started very small, and I think I have worked like crazy. I have just worked like crazy on whatever I have wanted. And then, of course, I think life, the partakes the things which is it kind of shows in front of you. So again, this had just not started and I was pregnant. So now what do you do? So again, life had to take a back seat, career had to take a back seat. But it never took a back seat, because I kept on doing something or the other. And till then, around 5 years were done. My kid was born. Another 5 years, another child had come into the picture. So good 8 years had gone by. I know I had my own courses. I was doing something very little bit, but I was doing. And then, there comes a time when the second child is also like, okay, he's also going to school. You have some time in your hand. And now the challenge was, do I take up something? I wanted to take up the counseling course. I badly wanted to do a counseling course. And that I think the biggest thing was that I kept on thinking, should I not? And I think in that should I not, 5 years went by. 5 very beautiful years just went by. And then one fine day I asked my husband. Initially I had the thing in my mind, maybe they will also say no. I was not asking anybody. I just went and I kind of said, what, I want to do this counseling course. Like, obviously, go do it. What's wrong with you? Go. Just go. I was like, oh my God, 5 years. Like, one question, why didn't I ask? Okay. And I went, I got myself registered. And again, the next level of the journey started. And the next level of the challenges came. The next challenge was like, as a counselor, the internship, where will you do the internship? Where is the time? What is this? This. Every time I finished something, the family used to come back and say, leave it. No, enough. No, you have done enough. I was like, yeah, I've done enough, but no, I want to do, I want that thing to be there. If I've done, I want that. I want to show the capability out. I just don't want to come back and sit at home. Of course, the home is important, but at the same time, FARIDA BHARMAL is equally important, and I wanted to show that FARIDA out. So that happened. Then, very slowly I started going to the schools. I really went to all schools, and they were like, I was talking about handwriting analysis. I was talking about counseling. Counseling still has a stigma, which is really, really sad. A lot of people require it, and they just don't allow themselves to move into it. It always came back with बात करने का कौन पैसा देता है, बस हम बात नहीं कर रहे. The way we talk is a certain way in which there is a certain training which you go through, and after that you're doing it. So those stigmas were attached. Then another stigmas used to come, like, okay, the schools, we are going to the schools and everything, but they are like, no, we are not looking for something like this as of now. And so okay, those no's used to happen. And then I used to have my own webinars, and I was like, kidhar hai yaar, log kidhar hai, where are the people, why are they not coming? And at that time somebody came and told me, what, even if there are 5 people in the room, just go do it. Okay, this is way beyond pandemic came later. Just go do it, because those 5 matter. Say yes to more. And whenever I used to do, more people used to come, and I started with schools. I went to colleges, and once that was done, pandemic came. Now, when pandemic came again, I said, what? This is a good time to again upskill myself. And I started taking courses. I think it was a wonderful, wonderful time. Again, anybody who understands that there is time on their hands and utilizes that time, nothing like it. So again, I decided, all right, we are not going to while that time, we are going to do something with it. and moved on. So again, the new set of challenges came, because now, again, you're changing the whole scenario, you're changing your niche. So with all the changes, all the collaterals change, all of that changes occur. So I think I have enjoyed that change, Gargi, much more than the challenges. I have actually enjoyed the challenges, because when they came, it helped me grow. And when I grew on a different level altogether. So for me, I was like, okay, aane de. Farida is ready for it. I'm like, theek hai, kar lenge, don't an issue at all. So yeah, I think, yeah, I'm actually very grateful for those challenges, because they molded me into who I am today. So I think I'm quite grateful for them. I don't really want to, badmouth them, because they have been a very crucial part of my upbringing, I think.
Love this attitude of yours, the way you enjoyed your challenges rather than resisting them. So super, like, it's just so inspiring to listen you right now. Like, you have been into this industry and niche since 2 decades. That was another aha moment for me, because I didn't know that you are there since a very long time. So super awesome and super inspiring. My next question is there any one mentor who really played a huge role in your life?
One, I'll give you, I'll give you a count of mentors, because
Yes.
I think I have been blessed. I have been so blessed to have amazing teachers in my life. And not one, I mean, they have, from school, it has been, not just school, to college, and then after that, all the courses which I took. In the school also, it used to always be, when there was a point I changed my school in 9th. And in 9th, my principal said that, what, you have the ability to stand first in your class. And 9th mein I came second. And then I'm like, nahi, ye to nahi chalega, ye to nahi hoga. Usse shayad nahi hoga. But in 10th, I was school first. So again, that was a thing that my mentor had said, In college again, I had taken sweets and gone, I was engaged. So all of them were taking the sweets and all. But my stats ma'am, she caught my hand and she said, come here. She said, I know all sweets and all of that. I'm very happy for you. Everything is fine, but you know what? Don't leave your studies. You finish the degree. I'm like, okay, ma'am. And I finished my degree also. After that, also, I think counseling came. Nalini came. Nalini, my mentor, Nalini, Asha, and Yogita. I don't know. I mean, there have been so many amazing, powerful ladies. When I told Nalini that I want to have my own courses and my own academy, she looked in my eye and said, do it, Farida. Do it. You are capable. Do it. That was something. In my school, I have not mentioned names, but each and every teacher has, again, if you ask me that's going to be another long story over there. Then I think pandemic came, and again, there were so many people who I have learned from. Not one. I think there was Phenom, there was Success Gyan, there was, I'm not getting the names, Mind Valley. There was, who else was there? What is his name? I'm not getting the name, it's there, I'm not getting the name. But that's so I think understanding the mentors and understanding the beauty of which they are giving you and surrendering to them at that moment. Yeah, I really loved my journey. I still appreciate it. I still love it. I still learn, because I think that's very important.
Yes. Exactly, being a lifelong learner is something I also follow in life. My one of the last question to you will be like any quote you live by in your life.
Live life queen size. Leave behind a legacy. Super. Be a trendsetter in your industry. Do something that nobody has dreamed of doing.
Awesome. do something which nobody had dreamt of doing. Love that point. And like one more thing, how can people connect with you if they want to come into your community, like attend your courses?
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you for that question. So, guys, if you are coming and you want to join my community, please do follow me on Instagram. I'm available on Instagram. I have 2 pages over there. One is on business and mindset coaching, one is on graphology. So, graphology is graphologist Farida, graphologist_Farida. And here it's at BHARMAL Farida H. Okay. So you can just go ahead and tag me over there. I'm available on LinkedIn. I have my own YouTube channel. And of course, www.faridabharmal.com is another website which I have. So there are so many ways which you could come, you could connect with me. I have a group known as Golden Nuggets, which is running on WhatsApp, which is just inspirational and motivational stuff every single day. So if you want to join that, you're most welcome to do that. I have my own courses. I have some free courses which are there. All you need to do is just follow me in one of the accounts and wait for when the next set of goodies will come by. So you are most free to come and join over there. And I would love to see you. I would love to hear from you. So do follow me. And I would love to know you. Thank you.
Yes, everyone, the link will be there in the description below. You can just follow her on Instagram, as you can, and all the social media, as we can feel the energy. Her vibe is so, enthusiastic, energetic, which has, like, sorry for the last question once again. How do you, keep yourself so motivated? Like, we can feel your energy. So is there any routine you follow?
Yeah, you look at the mirror and you say 1, 2, 3, E. I would say that, one is hope. Don't leave hope. So that hope really works wonders. And apart from that, थोड़ा communication skills करना ज़रूरी है, because communication skills is something which will, you'll know how to modulate your voice and how to speak and things like that. And third is smile a lot, because that improves your facial muscles, and not only the facial muscles, it gives a very positive vibe as soon as the other person looks at you. So yeah, smile a lot, improve your communication skills, and yeah, hope for the best.
Superb. So thank you so much for, like everything that you do, because like today it was my first interview, but as we say, the first impression, like you have been so motivating all through the while, all through the questions. You have answered them so beautifully, and it's just like you have left an imprint on my heart that I just want to become like you in my future. So thank you.
How sweet. I'm so glad. I don't know why, but this year has started in that way that wherever I am going, I'm the first person over there to start the entire show. I don't know why it's happening, but somehow I think it's continuing. I think I did with Bhara shoutouts. I was the first one. Another person I did, I was the first one. One more I did, I was the first one. With you again, I'm the first one.
Super awesome. Great, and thank you so much everyone for being such a great audience. Do share your key takeaways in the comments below, and thank you so much to you for taking out your time and blessing us with all the golden nuggets.
Thank you so much, Gargi. You are so amazing. The questions which you are asking, and that too so seamlessly. Itna आसानी से just by listening. I not one question she has given me, not one question. She has asked a question based on the things I have told her, and none of this is scripted. I mean, we have some questions which we ask. A lot of people give it to us पहले से ही. But I love your confidence, sweetheart. Love the fact that ठीक है आजा कर लेंगे. I really appreciate it, and kudos to you. You're going to go way high, and I really want you to touch those skies. I really want you to go ahead and have those webinars. I'll come and attend one of your webinars because I am looking forward to doing that. Amazing, sweetheart. Amazing. You have been so phenomenal in each of your questions. A lot of my blessings to you, and do the best of everything, whatever you do, give it your 100%, give it your 1000% is what I would say. You are already doing, and really, I love this meeting with you, Surat.
Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.